Hi, happy bees. How are you? So in this live video, I'm going to show you how to make a little fondant teddy bear. So I've made this because I had to make a wee head for the thumbnail so you could see what it's going to look like. So this is the little face, but we're going to make the whole lot all together. If you're new here, I'm Amanda and I make and sell cake toppers online. I also do the odd cake for friends and family as well. So if you're into cake decorating or you want to learn how to make cake toppers, make sure you subscribe and also make sure you hit the notification bell because it's going to let you know anytime that I upload a video or go live. If you are watching this on the replay, as I say this, I'm saying a lot. If you're watching this on the replay, there I go again. If you're watching this in the replay, you can speed it up by hitting the little, there's like a little circle settings thing at the bottom of your screen. You can hit that and that you can speed up this video because sometimes the lives can get a little bit long. And also I will put in the comments below when the actual tutorial starts for anybody that is catching this later on. But I can't really, normally I would chat a good little bit, but I can't really chat because it's 11 o'clock and we need to go out at 12. We're going to a family fun day today, so really looking forward to it. So I just thought I had this little teddy bear to make. Last week whenever I was on, I had said that I would do this little tutorial for you. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to show you what you're going to need to make this little cake topper. I'm going to put in the description below all these materials. So if you're wanting to make this cake topper at home, there'll be links for everything that I'm using in this video. Also, I should say that they are affiliate links. So if you do be shopping. If you're shopping on Amazon and if you use my affiliate code or you click on the little Amazon thing on my channel, I don't know where my words are this morning. Oh my goodness. It just supports the channel without you paying any extra. So if anytime you're shopping on Amazon and you want to support this little channel here, if you click on my little Amazon link first and then do your shopping, I get a little bit of credit. And it's great because then it means that I can buy little bits and pieces to make my videos better, such as lights and webcams and different things. But I'm rambling, so I'm going to show you what you're going to need. And here you go. You'd be happy to know that I eventually got my nails done. So I'm going to show you this little teddy bear. I'm going back up here again in a second. This little teddy bear is going to be white and blue, but you can alter this. So if you're doing a christening cake and it's for a girl, or birthday cake and it's for a girl, you can always change the color scheme. You can change it to brown or pink or whatever. But this is for a little boy, so the color scheme. Hi, Mariam from Brazil. Wow. Hello, how are you today? So if you are watching, make sure you say hi and let me know where you're watching from. So yes, you can change the color scheme, but I'm just going to show you exactly what I use to make this. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to show you. Okay, so wow, I'm going to move this over here. There's always a bit of a faff at the start of the live videos, isn't there? Okay, so, okay, this is really, okay, I'm sure you can see. So this is the little teddy bear, but we're going to make his body and everything as well. I have some white fondant. I have some Tylose powder that I've mixed in with the fondant to make it firmer. I have some of these sugar beads, which I'm going to use to make the eyes. These are fantastic for creating eyes. Hi, Simone. So I got those from Cake Duchess. The blue color, I have mixed a little bit of this Sugar Flare Sky Blue and Bluebell. Hi, Nazareno. And to make this nice blue color, because I didn't want it to be too bright and I didn't want it to be too dull. So I've mixed these two colors together as well, just so that you kind of know if you wanted to make like for like. He's going to have a little bit of a blush on his cheeks. So this is Pink Candy. So it's a very, very pale, peachy, pinky edible dust. So that's going to be his blusher for his cheeks. Don't know what that's doing there. This is black. So we've got black, blue, and we've got white. And then tools wise, I have this tool. Now I am really bad for not knowing what tools are called. So this, you can kind of see the shape of this. This is going to be for creating the smile. We've got a wee knife. We've got a craft knife. We've got, what do you call this? I can't remember. Dresden tool, a shaper tool, but you don't really need that. You could always use a cocktail stick. And we've got a little brush for doing the blusher, and a barbecue skewer. So that's what you're going to need to make this little topper, but don't worry if you don't have everything. I find that you can always find bits and pieces to work with. Cake decorating tools are so expensive, so if you are just starting out, don't panic, because there's always things I find lying around the house that were really good for cake decorating. So I'm going to prop you up here, as per usual, on my trusty tripod, but it seems to work, so I'm not going to knock it. I could go and order a tripod, you know, from Amazon, and then it might be as good as my paper towel tripod. Hi, Pamela, you're from Brazil too. Wow, this is cool. Now we've got people on from Brazil today. Right, so I'm going to try and so that you can see what I'm doing here. This is always a bit tricky, this part, trying to get you sort of sitting where you're at a good angle. That's good. So, okay. So we're going to start out by, oh no, I also should have said a sponge is really handy as well, just for letting the topper dry on as well. So, but you don't need to use that as a specific cake decorating sponge. You don't need a specific cake decorating sponge. Hi, Nazareno. Yeah. Oh goodness, I wish I could translate what you're saying. But it's really good to see you here, Nazareno. So yeah, so I'm going to start out by making the little head first, because it's going to be the heaviest part. And I find if you make it first, it gives it a little chance to harden rather than you putting it on while it's soft. So I'm just going to give my little, I mean, this has already been cleaned, but I always like to give it one last little wipe down. And I'm going to take some of my white. So I have this wrapped up in film here, because just to keep it, I don't know what way you would store your fondant. I would store mine with cling film or in airtight containers. But you know, you find if you let any air get to it at all, it's not good. It's not good. So I'm just working with this here to get it going before I show you what I'm going to do. But I was asked to make this little teddy. It's for a little baby shower. So this is perfect for a baby shower, a baptism, any type of baby cake, really. So I also have a tutorial for a Forever Friends bear and for a Me to You teddy bear as well. So I'll put links up above for those tutorials if you fancy seeing those. So I have worked with this. I'm just rolling it into a ball here. Just move this out of the way. Just keep rolling. Okay, so as you can see, it's in a ball. So what I'm going to do now is flatten this down a little bit, like this. And you don't want it to be perfectly round. You want it to sort of be more of an oval shape rather than a round shape. Okay, then you're just going to smooth the top. Just make sure it's nice and smooth. So now what I'm going to take this little knife, but you can use any knife at all, and you're going to just mark. So I reckon that's the center. So I'm going to create a little line down the center like this. And now we're going to create the little nose and mouth area. So for the nose and the mouth, you're going to need another little piece of your fondant or modeling paste. You can really make this out of, well, anything really. You can make it out of clay, polymer clay, even Play-Doh. This is a really easy one here for kids. to do as well. So if you're wanting to do something on a rainy day with the kids, this little one's great too. So I'm just going to take a tiny little piece of fondant and we're going to roll it into a ball, and we're going to do exactly the same thing and just press it down so it's another oval shape. And I'm just going to look at my wee bear that I've already created here. Nice. Okay, so he was just a wee rough idea, and we're going to just place this little oval around here. Now I want this to be rounder up at the top and flatter at the bottom, so I'm just going to push down at the top, and that's just going to naturally make it rounder. This is so easy. Teddy bears are a great way. If you're a beginner at cake decorating or you're just starting out, teddy bears are a really, really good one to start out with because they're so simple and they're so cute. So I'm going to do the same. We're just going to see where this line is here, and we're going to just follow that line along the nose area as well. Okay. And now we're going to take this little tool here that I showed you earlier. So this is going to be for the smile. And we're just going to just pop this. I really hope you can see what I'm doing. I'm sure you can. So we're just going to pop this in like that. And you can see it's creating kind of like a little mouth area. So I want him to look like he's smiling. So that's given us a basic mouth shape, but I want it to kind of to look happy. So we're going to just take this little tool here and we're going to just shape it up a little bit at the sides like this. So you're going to just mark in where you want the smile to go, and then we can connect it all together. And to connect it together, we're going to use this tool here, and we're going to use the narrow end of it. You're just going to push in there. We can see where that has joined. Okay, and if you want, you can push it in and down to make the mouth, bottom part of the mouth area a little bit wider or deeper, but I'm happy enough with how that looks at the minute. I'm going to give him some wee dimples as well. So if you're just popping on, make sure you say hello. And I'm just going to push a little dot here and a little dot here. I find those wee dots, you know, they make a huge difference to the look of the smile. They just make it cuter. So if you're ever in doubt, stick a couple of little dots on there. Okay, so that's our basic face shape. So now we're going to give our little guy a nose. So to give him a nose, we're going to use some black fondant. Let's see what size. Okay, so we want to give him a wee small nose, so a tiny circle. Now what you can do, if you want, you can put a little indentation here, just to so that your nose sits in really well. But I'm just going to, for now, I'm just going to press this on. So you're just going to roll it into another little oval shape. I'm just going to set that there, like that. Okay, so that's his little nose. So now we're going to give him his eyes. So what you could do, if you don't have these sugar pearls, these are just so handy, they're great. But if you don't have those, I will show you what to do. So just take a ball tool and place 2 little indentations here, and then you can fill those indentations in with some of your black fondant. But I have to say, Eddie had sent me these sugar pearls along with some of her new covering paste, and these are just fab. I love them. So when I run out of these, I'll be buying, hi butterfly, I'll be buying some more of these sugar pearls. So we're just going to place the sugar pearls above, oops, you're not a troll, you're not a troll. So we're going to place one here. And see how easy it is? You're just creating eyes and you're just pushing them in. Oops, these slippery little guys. And you're going to place the other wee one here. That's just so easy, isn't it? Okay. Now, I like my characters to have eyebrows because I just think the eyebrows make them look really cute. So we're going to give this little guy some eyebrows. And do you know, eyebrows can make such a huge difference to your cake topper as well. They can make your cake topper look either really angry or confused or concerned or happy or excited. So just be careful where you're placing your eyebrows. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm going to roll this little piece out into a tiny wee snake shape and cut it in half. So that's going to be our 2 eyebrows. And we're going to take one of these wee pieces and again, just sort of roll it up and push some pressure down on one side so that it's going to end up fatter on one side and thinner at the other. And then you're just going to place your little eyebrow on like so. So there's one eyebrow. I'm going to give him another eyebrow. And I'm just going to place this wee eyebrow slightly higher than the other one, like that. Okay. So he's looking good, but I think the wee catch lights, so you can see the difference between this wee one here and then this one. So I think he just needs some wee catch lights. So I'm going to take some white edible paint, which I don't have. Hold on. That was me thinking I was really organised today too. So I've got some white edible paint here and I'm going to just place, hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to place one wee dot here and one wee dot here. And we're also going to place a little line around the nose, like that. And it just looks like a wee bit of light reflecting off the nose. Thank you, Nazareno. So now we're going to create the ears and then we're going to leave him to dry out. So as I say, I just think with the heads, especially if it's a big head, make it first. And that way it's going to be easier. I mean, I know especially at the minute, if there's humidity where you are, yeah, it's really not good when you're trying to make a big cake topper. So I'm going to take, let's see, another ball. We had a huge thunderstorm here yesterday, and I mean, we wouldn't really get a lot of thunderstorms. And it was my wee boy, he's 5, and it was his first ever thunderstorm. And it was, you know, it was amazing. The 4 of us, me and the 3 kids, but especially the youngest one, we just sat and watched this huge thunderstorm, thunder and lightning, and it was just magical. It was so good. But now it's not as humid today, so that's one good thing about if there is a thunderstorm, it takes all the humidity out of the air. Oh, thank you, Simone. So we're going to roll this into a ball here, another little piece, and we're going to just cut this in half. I know these lives are really rough, really rough and ready, but there's only, believe it or not, the end of August, that'll be the summer over. Oh, and it'll be back to normal tutorials. But I think I'm going to keep going with the lives as well in September when everybody's back at school. You can see what I'm doing. I'm just rolling this into a ball like this, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to kind of flatten it down a little bit like we did with the face. We're going to do this. Yes, Simone, thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, and catch you later on. And you're going to do the same with both of them. So you're just going to have 2. So yeah, the summer will be over, which is so depressing. I'm going to have to go out this week. I'm just checking those for size. They look great. I'm going to have to go out and get school uniforms and stuff next week, I think, and shoes and school bags and everything. But we can't really complain because here we do get a really good break for the summer holidays. Plus you'll have me back to normal proper tutorials instead of me rambling on every Wednesday morning. So I've got a little bit of blue here and I'm going to cut this in half. I just heard my door going and that's not good because I'm here on my own. The kids are and we're doing the same, by the way. We're doing a little pressing it to circle and pressing it down. The kids are at a little holiday Bible thing round at the school this morning. It's on till 12, and then we're all heading out. And my hubby he was dropping the kids off at this and then got chatting to somebody from our church. So he's away for coffee this morning, which is nice. So I'm here by myself, and I just heard the door going. Oh dear. Hopefully it's the wind, even though it's not windy. So if anything happens, you're going to witness it live here on YouTube. Could you imagine? That would just be... I watch a lot of crime programs and stuff, and it really does mess with your head. I just think of all sorts of scenarios all the time. Like, could you imagine if you were doing a live video and somebody came into your house? How terrifying would that be? Oh, and now I'm making myself more and more nervous here, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So you guys can distract me. So another little circle. I'm just placing this here, and you can see what I was doing there. I'm just squashing it out and pressing down. So this is going to be the ears for our little guy. All right. So we're going to leave the ears and the little face onto your sponge here. Just let them dry a little bit. I find if you were to say we were to go ahead and make this body first, and then, you know, make the head and now and push it down, you would maybe lose a wee bit of the shape of the head. So you're better making the head first. Oh, I know what I've forgotten to do. We're going to add a little bit of this powder onto this edible dust. So this is rainbow dust pink candy, but it's a very, very pale color. So if you can't get it, I will put it in the description, but if you can't get it, you just opt for a pale pink color. Just hoping this can... So what I do with my dusts as well is you don't want to just tap your brush. Suppose it's just like if you're doing your own eyeshadow at home, you don't tap and apply it because it'll go on really heavy. So I'm just going to take a little piece of this and put it in the lid, and then just tap off the excess, and then we're just going to give him some nice wee rosy cheeks. Yeah, that's perfect. So you just want it to look more like a little glow. You don't want it to look like two big rosy blobs, which I find with the dusts, you're better trying to build up rather than going in with a lot of dust. You can always build up a color, but if I had have went in straight away there and blasted that on, you would have had a hard job to try and get it off. So we're going to leave him here, and we're going to get on with making the body. So the body is going to be white and blue as well. And if you have any ideas as to, I'm kind of thinking, should I give him a blue tummy or not? But you can let me know what you think, if it might need a blue tummy. So more white. Now I think that cake toppers look cute. This is just my opinion. But I think they look really cute if they've got like a big head and a small body. So I'm going to make this body, you know, not too big, because I think that just will make the little guy look a lot cuter. So again, I'm just taking some of my fondant and I'm just rolling it into a ball. And now I'm going to take that ball. So I've got a perfect ball here. And I'm going to just roll it into a teardrop shape. Okay. So like that. All right. Then I'm just going to measure that up against the head to give us an idea. Right, that's going to be so cute, isn't it? So that's perfect size. So we're going to take this little knife again, and we're going to just do along the center of this little guy. If you want to put your own spin on this, you could also use maybe like a little quilting tool for doing, you know, like one of these little guys here. You could use that, and it could look like stitching, or you can make him furry. You could fray around the edges and make him furry as well. I'm just going to cut the top little bit like that, just so the head's got somewhere to sit on. And we're just going to press that down there like this. I'm going to take my skewer now, And we're just going to place this down the center. Now, I'm not going to just take this and push it into the body, because if I do that, it'll just squash the whole shape of it. So I'm going to just start twisting. And you need patience, because sometimes if you're in a hurry, you just want to squash it down. But if you just twist it in gently from side to side there, that's better than losing the shape of your whole body that you've worked so hard for. So now we're going to make little, excuse me, we're going to make little legs and feet. So another piece of your fondant, and we're going to take this piece and we're going to roll it out into a sausage shape. Okay. Now, so it's kind of like a thick little sausage, and we're going to cut that in half like this. And then these two pieces here, which are the piece that we cut, we're going to push down onto our work surface just to tidy up those edges, because that's going to be the feet. Okay. It's going to be our little teddy bear's feet. This is just so easy. I mean, if I was doing this, it wouldn't really take me very long. I've made so many teddy bears. But if you're starting out, this is just a really basic, easy little teddy. Hi, Alice. Oh, it's so good to see you. It's so good to see you here. Do you know, it's so lovely being able to connect with so many of you. I will keep making this, but I'll have a wee chat with you at the end of it, just about what it kind of means to me to be making tutorials and stuff. But it's just so lovely to be able to connect with so many of you. So I'll have a wee chat with you about that at the end once I finish this little guy. So we've got this is kind of like a flat shape. So now you're going to just take your fingers and you're going to leave that flat side out. And you're going to roll like so. So that's going to sort of turn into like a little foot, if you can see, like this. So that's going to go like that. Okay. And you can, if you want to change the shape of it, pinch it up. So I'm just going to slightly pinch it up a little bit like that. And then I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to trim off the top part, kind of like in a diagonal shape. So you can see, and that's just going to make that sit on there a lot neater. Okay. We're going to do the same with this little foot now as well. This particular one here, this is modeling paste because I'm making it live, but you could use fondant as well. I showed there's Tylose powder, so you could make this easily out of fondant, but doing the live videos, I think it's safer to make it my modeling paste in case it disintegrate on me. So I'm just doing the same with this little foot here. Just creating a more of like a foot type shape. And then I'm gonna, okay, so let's see if they look, so they look good, don't they? So now we're going to just push those on like so, and push the other one on. Okay, then I'm gonna, all right, so we're going to put a little bit. Hi, Angie, Mexico. Oh, wow. Hi, Angie from Mexico. It's so lovely to have you here. So now we're going to take a little bit of our blue. And because this is a simple cape topper, we're just going to do two little round pieces here for the paws. But if you wanted to make it more detailed, you could make a round shape and then 3 or 4 little tiny circles. And then that will really look nice click on it. I know there's nowhere to hide in the live videos, Aris. Oh, nice clock, nice clock. Yeah, that was an eBay special. I don't really buy anything brand new. So it's an Olivia Burton one. I got it on eBay, but I've seen that she has a bumblebee one now, which I would love. So we're going to take this little ball. Hi, Mandy. How you doing? And we're going to just do exactly the same thing, and we're going to squash it down and make 2 little circles. So yeah, I've seen the Olivia Burton Bumblebee watch, which I would love because obviously, happy bee cakes and stuff. But I was in Marks and Spencer's last night, and they had lots of bee things. They had like a bee vase, bee cushions. Just thought, wow, when did bees become so popular? So you're going to just push that little blue piece onto the paw. But yeah, I'm a sucker for anything with bees on it. I've always loved bees. We had a wee bee in here in my office. So we're going to do, I'll tell you about the bee. So we're going to push that on, and then we're going to create little arms, and the arms are going to be the same way. So yeah, it must be about a month or so ago. It was at the weekend, so I wouldn't really be in my office much at the weekend. And we came in. So you're going to take some more white to create arms. And I happened to come in here. It was Saturday evening before Holly was going to do a ballet show. And so same again, just into a ball. So yeah, she was going to a ballet show, and we were just heading out the door, and I happened to just come into my office, check everything was switched off, and there was a bumblebee, or I think it must have been a honeybee. So just roll that out into another sausage shape. So yeah, it was a wee bee, and it wasn't in a good way at all. It had obviously got into the house and couldn't get back out, and it was practically dead, and Holly was really, really upset. So we're going to roll the top part of this and make this narrow, like so. So you can see, so this is going to be like wee paws here. So it's going to be like that. So she was really upset, and we had to go out because it was her ballet show. So I don't know what on earth I was thinking, but I just thought, right, we'll give it some honey, and I put down a tablespoon of honey on the floor beside the wee bee, and right enough, the wee bee started drinking the honey. It was fascinating. You could see you could actually see it was looked like a straw coming out of its mouth, drinking at the honey. So we left it with a load of honey and went on out to the ballet show. So now you can see what I'm doing here. I'm chatting too much, but start talking about bees. So you can see that's perfect, doesn't it? Might be a wee bit short, so we're just going to make it a bit longer. So we came back from the ballet show, and the bee was still drinking the honey. And we just thought, right, okay, it was quite late at night, and the kids had to go to bed. So we give the bee some more honey. And before I went, so the kids went off to bed, and we're just going to place this on like this. So the kids went off to bed, and before my husband and I went to bed, I came in to check in the wee bee, and the bee was lying dead. Or so I thought. I thought it was dead. And I just thought, oh no, Holly's going to be so upset. And I was going to bed, and I thought, I'll lift it in the morning before she gets up. I got up the next morning and came into the office, and there was no sign of the bee. Now, this bee I thought it was definitely dead. So I went to my husband and said, did you lift that wee bee? Then I was afraid in case the dog had got it, the puppy had got it. We couldn't work out what had happened to the bee. And we were getting ready for church, and I happened to come in, and there was the wee bee, and he was crawling around the floor. So Holly was just so excited because he seemed a little bit perkier. I'm going to just take some wire cutters here and just cut the top part of this now. Yep. So Holly was just so excited. So we give him or her a wee bit more honey, and we set it out on the front step on a little bit of cardboard with loads of honey. And for about half an hour, we watched this little bee get stronger and stronger, and eventually it fluttered its wee wings and it flew off. And it was just amazing. Like Holly's face was just a picture. So that's your bee story for today. So now we've got this little body all finished here, and we're going to place the the head on. So now we're going to just go in at the top, and it's the same idea with the head. You don't want to just push down. Okay, so now he's got his wee head. You can't really see him too well because of the angle of the camera. Mandy, isn't it? I know. I think people might think we're a bit mad. Do you know, I don't even know what made me think of the honey or why. I think it was just that desperate to make Holly feel better. And I kind of thought, do you know, we'll give this wee bee some honey and see. And it was just more because Holly was really upset. She loves bees too. If she ever finds a bee that's in distress, she'll always try and help it. I'm going to take some wire here and put it in to support the ears. And of course, if you're ever making these, you need to tell whoever you're giving it to that there's wire or that there's a sphere inside it as well. So yeah, I couldn't believe that it actually worked, and that, yeah, so she saved the bee's life. So now we're going to place the ears on, and they've dried off a good little bit. And we're just going to look and see where they're going to go. So they're going to go there. So I must actually Google it and see what the science behind that was, because it was just, yeah, it was just so lovely. You seen its wee wings starting to, and it started making a little buzzing sound. And then about 10 minutes later, that was him. He was away. And I'm so glad that, because on the Saturday night before I went to bed, I could have thrown him in the bin, you know, because he looked dead. So there you go. So now we're going to, we'll place this wire in here to support the ears, and now we're just going to place the ears on. Okay. Now, if you're making this out of fondant, they may not go on just as easy or stay on. So what you would maybe be better doing is placing it on, you know, flat, and doing the ears onto, oh, thanks, Sandy. Placing it onto your sponge and drying it flat, and that way the ears are supported. I mean, you can see this one here isn't wanting to stay, but it's just because we've just placed it on. So I'm going to give you a wee look at what he looks like. Now, how easy, seriously, now, how easy was that wee guy to make? And so simple and easy and quick. So I'm going to pop you back up here before I go. See. Hi. So this is our finished teddy bear. Now he's very delicate at the minute, so I'm going to put him on the sponge, and you're wanting him to dry. A good idea is just to put something in behind it while it dries to support it. So I'll probably put like something like this in behind it, and then once they're dry, you know what they're like, they don't go anywhere once they're dry. But I just want to thank you so much, guys. Oh, there's a spider. Oh, there's a spider there. Just want to thank you for watching and supporting this wee channel. I was saying to Aris there, you know, people say to me, why are you, if you're selling these, why are you showing people how to make them? And I think my wee business is great, and it's really served me so well, and I love what I do, and it's lovely to be at home and be doing something that I love and be a present mum as well. But I feel like I just want to do something a wee bit more and just give a wee bit more. So while the business side of things, I mean, by all means, it doesn't bring me in an absolute fortune. You know, it's just a modest income for me, and it just makes me feel like I'm doing my bit to support my wee family. But I think it just felt like I want to do something with a wee bit more purpose and just give back a little bit. So if that means helping you guys in some way, then that is what it's all about for me. I did make a video about eBay and, you know, how to sell on eBay, and how, I'm not sure if I went into how I started selling on eBay, but so now there's 3 people I have managed to help in some way. They've started their eBay shops and are selling, and that just yeah, that's what it's about for me, because I kind of think, wow, I have helped some people maybe start a wee business or make an income. And that's, yeah, I just feel like I'm doing something with a wee bit more purpose and a wee bit more meaning. So I don't really mind if there's something you want to see or a topper that I sell and you want to know how to make it, I'll show you how to make it, because yeah, I would rather do that than keep everything for myself. So with that little sermon there at the end, thank you so much for watching and for being part of this channel. And I will see you next week with another live video. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.